I'd like to recognize a few people, our people here, our press, our elders, who've had a good fall, our tribal governing board. We have the good senator from our area, Bob Jauch. He's come up here. He comes up here often. When he does, either he comes on our behalf to help us out or bring us good news. And the last few times it's been good news. I recall a few years back when we needed help in the law enforcement field. He went back and sent us a letter that we were going to get earmarked monies on a regular basis. We were the only ones that happened to, so we wanted to thank him for that. Most recently, I think it was, we met with Sawyer County in regards to their nursery out in Hayward. In regards to a lot of issues, but that was one of the topics. And I think the board then called him up to assist in trying to rescue that. And I think he was instrumental in a lot of what he did there. So today, I think he's bringing us good news, and I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm going to let him come up and grab the podium and watch your steps. Somebody's supposed to work there.
We got special needs here. Do you have a wheelchair? Oh my God.
That's first coming down.
Here's one of our wheelchair access. I need a ramp. Well, Taylor, members of the council, elders, and members of the community, particularly want to note Hal Helwig, County Board Chair, who has worked so hard in this community to cooperate with tribal leaders on the Courte for joint projects. And for years I have always cited the community-to-community relationship in Sawyer County as an example for the rest of the state on how people can work together to solve common problems. So I particularly want to note Hal's leadership and the council's willingness to work cooperatively with them. I do have some good news that I wanted to share with you today regarding the announcement of a bike trail, the funding for the bike trail. But I want to explain the process. 2 years ago, I was appointed to the Transportation Enhancement Project Advisory Committee. It is a 14-person committee that reviews applications for bike trails, historical renovations, and downtown development improvements, streetscape projects. And it was 2 years ago that we were very successful in obtaining funding to complete phase 2 of the Sawyer County, the County Highway B project. And at that time, there was a lot of hope that this project could be completed within the next couple of years, because it would really be valuable not only for tourists but residents alike who would use the bikes trail for commuting and for recreational purposes. That committee met 4 weeks ago, I guess it is now. We reviewed $66 million in projects and had $30 million to allocate. It is a competitive process in which each project is reviewed, and then members can comment on them, and then we score from 1 to 5. In the end, the scores are all added up, and the projects are ranked. There is an attempt to have some regional balance. I insist on it as a member of the committee to make sure that the populated region, southern Wisconsin, doesn't get all the money and northern Wisconsin gets the table scraps. So there is a real conscientious effort to make sure that we fund the best projects that have the greatest meaning on community and have some regional balance. And I'm so very pleased to announce that the committee strongly recommended, the Secretary has approved and recommended, that the County Highway B Phase 3 project would be funded with $462,000. That's really, in these difficult times, we still have a responsibility to build a better future and to make investments in our infrastructure. to improve our communities so that we have an improved quality of life, so we can attract more tourists, and give them a safe access, those who are bikers, safe access in the community. This is the fourth grant in Sawyer County, the fifth grant, fourth. This is the second grant for County B. Then we had 2 additional grants in the city of Hayward. One is the federal grant, and they also received funding 2 years ago. So it is really good news for this community. It's always great when the state of Wisconsin partners with northern Wisconsin. All of us simply want a fair shake from our state government. There's much discussion about big government, and we want smaller government. Oreiles is a small government. Hayward's a small government. Sawyer County is a larger government than Hayward or Oreiles, but it's a small government compared to the state of Wisconsin. In order for Hal Helwig, in order for Chairman Taylor and the members of the tribal council to really achieve these projects, they need a strong state-federal partnership to provide the additional resources. Otherwise, this never gets done. The work is only done in the wealthier communities that have the resources. And so this is one more important step towards improving opportunities, improving the quality of life of the citizens who live here, and more importantly, it links, it's the final link on this very important trail for these 2 communities, Hayward and Oreiles, that are linked in so many other ways. And so it is really symbolic that it can be completed, and I look forward to at least walking on the trail. I don't know if I trust myself on a bicycle, but I look forward to its completion, and I look forward to sharing the enjoyment of watching all those who use it. So thank you all for coming out.
Senator, it's not only difficult with, he's talking about small government, but our area, you know, it's like there's a separation between the big cities down that way and us up here, and you're one of the few that pays attention to us, you know, and I want to thank you for that. Even that way with tribes now, it seems like they're no more noticeable because they have access to whatever's in Madison down that way. We're up this way. We have to travel often, and our voice is finally being heard, and I want to really thank you for all you've done for us. At Courte, we don't, it's rarely that it's a one-person project. It's more about we all the time. So nobody really takes credit for things that, I remember when Amber called, I went to Russ, we went to council to move forward with this project. And this is the result, so we'll start with her, but everybody deserves a lot of credit for everything that happens here at Courte. I want to thank them now. I guess with that, then, Hal, if you have anything to say.
Hey, it's a good day in the neighborhood. Maybe. What a pleasure. It's always a pleasure for me to come out here and renew my acquaintance and stuff with Chairman Lewis and the council and the staff. We do meet periodically, and I think we both appreciate those meetings that we have and dealing with all of you. I have a couple of things that I want to address. One is thank you for your kind words, and yours too was about Sawyer County in our cooperative efforts that we pool our resources about. One of the most recent issues, as you recall, has been the plan that the state DNR came down with relative to the nursery. On behalf of Sawyer County, I want to thank Courte for the efforts that they put forth in working with Sawyer County in kind of at least keeping things as they are, status quo, and especially because of the office of Senator Jauch. Without your influence, I think this thing would have been gone, and especially the efforts and sincerity from Courte. Huge issue. And we finally had to use that in some of our arguments to keep the thing going. Because there's an economic impact out here in terms of gathering the product that was used or is used out there. Right now, we're negotiating a position on a committee, the DNR committee, to study that whole process, and we hope that you people will join us on that effort. We'll try to help where we can to get representation from here, because it's powerful. It's powerful. The other issue is the long-term association that we've had, and especially in recent years. Another cooperative venture with the trail issue and that, and the other things that we work together on. Some of you who maybe don't know me that well, I've been associated out here for many, many years in different capacities, and in a way, even though I was a little bit older, I almost grew up out here. And it's been a delight for me to come down as county board chair in Sawyer County and work with all of you in so many ways. Another proof of our cooperation, our collaboration, and the efforts of our great friend Bob Jauch to continue the cooperative efforts and to pursue more efforts for both communities, county and Oreiles, on these trail issues. I was interviewed earlier, and I couldn't help but smile after you announced what was going to happen, because the press person, I said, well, I'm not sure about phase 3, whether the money's going to be there or not. But thank you very much, Senator Jauch, for announcing that very, very great thing today.